everyone.
Blite Nation.
Ian and Vito minus Liz today.
So, got the boys again.
We got Mr. Doc Rich up once again.
I know we haven't done a lot of music for this recording week, guys, but don't worry, we're not skipping it. It's just, we're gonna I think we're almost up on the super chats. I think it's pretty much done. So we gotta wait for Rumble so y'all can give us some more super chats that you want us to do or more recommendations. But I know there's been a few. So when Liz comes back and the whole gang together again, then we can get back on. So we can do that in live stream.
Yeah,
so no
we'll
problem
dive
with
into
that.
the music.
Yeah,
we're just catching up on cultural stuff.
Yeah,
today.
Catching up on cultural stuff.
If y'all catch that Josh Johnson video, that was
hilarious, hilarious, man. But
puff passed.
Man.
But without further ado, let's see what Doc's got to say in this one.
Here we go.
Hit that play button. Let's get this rolling.
One of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this extent, the train that's being built between Los Angeles and San Francisco is the worst managed project I think I've ever seen, and I've seen some of the worst. Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over budget. In fact, I read where you could take every single person that was going to go on the train and get the finest limousine service in the world. And
this has got to be the California bullet train.
Limousines, and
what is this for?
This is an older video, not the video itself, but this one itself.
The video of Trump talking,
yeah.
You're saying is old.
They're talking about the bullet train that California's been trying to put in since 2020 or 2000 rather.
Oh,
it's been like 25 years they've been trying to build this fucking train.
Jeez.
Have hundreds of billions of dollars left over. It is the worst thing, and we're going to start an investigation of that because it's not possible. I built for a living, and I built on time, on budget. It's impossible that something could cost that much. And now it's not even going to San Francisco, and it's not going to Los Angeles. They made it much shorter. So now it's at little places way away from San Francisco and way away from Los Angeles. No, we're going to start a big investigation on that because I've never seen anything like it. Nobody has ever seen anything like it. The worst overruns that there have ever been in the history of our country.
Yeah, but that's all due to Democrat policies and all of the extra fluff, right, that comes with doing anything under a Democrat administration. And Jon Stewart is going to get a wake-up call on this from Ezra Klein because he's going to perfectly, honestly, this video here is a great ad for Doge, right? This is a great ad for Doge, but it also shows how lost in the sauce a lot of Democrats really are. Like, they're completely clueless. They hear all of this sunshine and rainbows fluff stuff, right? We're going to end homelessness. We're going to invest billions of dollars into homelessness. We're going to have this high-speed rail train from San Francisco to Los Angeles, and it's going to be amazing. We're going to have it done in 5 years, blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost only $30 million or $30 billion. But in reality, it wasn't going to be from San Francisco to Cali. It's going to be in like two random places that are a lot closer together. And instead of 30 billion, it's going to end up being about 100 billion because of all the rules and all of the red tape and everything that goes along with it. And the fact that Democrats just suck at getting stuff done. And Jon Stewart is going to get that wake up call here. And I just want to go over this video with you guys. So with that being said, let's dive in.
We have to issue the notice of funding opportunity within 180 days. That's step one. Step two, which all 56 state applicants completed, is states who want to participate must submit a letter of intent. After they do that, they can submit a request for up to $5 million in planning grants. Then the NTIA, step four, has to review and approve and award, again, planning grants, not broadband grants, planning grants.
And it's still at the NTIA. It's still at the first step.
All right, so the NTIA must issue a NOFA within 180 days. States who want to participate must submit their letter of intent. Step three, they can request up to $5 million in planning grants.
Just planning.
Just planning. Step four, the requests are reviewed, approved, and awarded by the NTIA. which currently all 56, 3 years later, all 56 applicants had passed through at least step 5. It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it. And you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan. Then the FCC must publish the broadband data maps before NTIA allocates funds. So having done the NOFO, the letters of intent, the request for planning grants, then the review, approval, and awarding of the planning grants, then the 5-year action plans. In between that, the federal government has to put forward a map saying where it thinks we need rural broadband subsidies. And then, of course, the states need an opportunity to challenge the map for accuracy. And you can imagine this doesn't all happen in like a day. Okay, so then the NTIA, step 7, has to use the...
Bro, I'm losing track of the freaking planning. What the hell?
This is all to get planning grants. This is the red tape that people talk about when we need less regulation. Why is there this many steps involved to get something done?
That is a good question. I gotta get that is a good question.
We're talking years into the process to get plans.
That's not even
done.
planning, that's theorizing.
Yeah, exactly.
Planning's different. Planning is you got your theory, you trying to put the hypothesis in that.
This is what they're getting to get to the fucking plan.
We ain't like this is theorizing. Planning is actually like you putting something in, like
you're putting a theory to action.
Yeah, you ain't even doing that yet.
No wonder nothing gets done in California.
California is the most expensive state to live in, right?
Yeah, we're in the third most expensive right now.
We're nowhere near the size of Cali either.
Yeah.
FCC maps to make allocation decisions. Then, having already done their letter of intent, their request for planning grants, it's hard even to talk about this, man. Step 7 is NTIA must use the FCC maps that were already challenged for allocation decisions. Then, having submitted all this, I think this one is actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
Having submitted their 5-year plans or letters of intent, step 8 is states must submit an initial proposal to the NTIA. Then,
is that the result of their $5 million planning fund? This initial
I assume,
proposal?
but then what was the 5-year plan?
And what the fuck did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like, if the 5-year action plan isn't the initial proposal, then what's the 5-year action
Forget
plan?
NOFO.
Okay.
The money's got to be going to something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the money's going to something else because that don't make sense.
Why do you go through all that to get to an initial action plan?
That should have been the initial plan.
That should have been what the first 5 years of the fucking process should have been. Isn't that the initial action plan?
My question is, where did the money go for that?
Someone's pocket, probably. But
that's what I want. Where did the money go for that? Because that was already the 5-year plan, right?
Should have been.
So that was already the 5-year plan. Now you got to go to the initial proposal. How long is that initial proposal supposed to take?
So we haven't even started building anything. We're just
See, this is my thing.
Too much bureaucracy.
This is my thing where like I can't stand when y'all do the identity politics thing. I can't stand this crap. Because if you want to be a Democrat, okay, I got no issue with you. If you want to be a Republican, I got no issue with you. If you want to be a conservative or liberal or whatever freaking label you're using right now, okay, that's fine. The problem with the disconnect is the moment when you tell somebody you have to pick a side. That's where you kind of lose me in the conversation. Don't tell me what I got to pick just to appease your conscience. Mm-hmm. Okay?
No, I'm going to lay out the facts for you, let you pick your own side.
Now, I get how people have an issue with the Democrat Party. I don't want to paint every Democrat politician as evil. I'm not doing that. I get how some people have an issue with the Republican Party. I do not want to paint all Republican politicians as evil. I don't think that's fair to do to either party. But
there's too much bureaucracy.
There's too much, like...
You shouldn't have to submit a pre-plan for the planning plan that needs to be planned out.
When are we... you know what I think it's going to have to come to? You're going to have to get both a politician, because there's red tape on the conservative side and there's tape on the Democrat side. You're going to need somebody, and I know it's going to sound like the uniparty thing, but my intention is you're going to need somebody from the Republican Party and people from the Democrat Party to overall just yell, what the hell are we doing?
Oh, Trump is cutting a lot of the red tape right now. That's pissing a lot of people off.
Of course you need regulations for something to make sure something's working right, it's not harming people, and it's getting the job done.
But you don't need 6 different steps for when you can have it all done in one.
It just seems like to me you got a lot of planning committees.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of course of action committees.
Exactly. There's a whole lot of planning and talking going on, but not a lot of actually getting done going on.
And you got a plan for big things to go through. But when are we going to move from talking
to doing? Yeah.
People can talk all day. You can talk shit about a plan all day. When are you actually going to walk the walk?
Yeah, they've been talking for years. You're talking about 5 fucking years before you get to your international plan.
So I can understand where the frustration's coming from. That part I can understand.
5-year action plan isn't the initial proposal. Then what's the 5-year action
Forget no
plan?
Okay. Mofo.
Step 9, NTIA must review and approve each state's, again, initial proposal. By my read, we have had at least 2 initial proposals here, but that's a different issue.
Oh my God.
Step 10, states must publish their own map and allow internal challenges to their own map. So the government has published a map. They have invited the states to challenge the map. Then states have submitted initial proposals, and they then have to publish their own map and allow challenges.
Wait, who's challenging it within the state?
Well, organized interest groups, environmental groups, like I don't know who specifically, but
this is why nothing gets done.
I want to say something because it's very important I say this. This is the Biden administration's process for its own bill. They wanted this to happen. This is how liberal government works now.
This is something they instituted for this bill.
For their bill. This is a bill passed by Democrats with a regulatory structure written by Democratic administration. Okay.
Right.
Step 11. The NTIA must...
And you wonder where all of our money is going. What? Like,
this is insane.
I'm just gonna let him finish. This is just crazy. But you can imagine that lots of people are being paid along the way, and in some cases, the same person twice.
Review and improve the challenge results and the final map. So the NTIA has put forward a map. The states have challenged that map. Then the states have put forward their maps, had other challenges. And now the NTIA must review and approve the challenges to the state maps. Okay. So we've done step 11. NTIA must review and approve challenge results and final map. We've lost 9 of the applicants at that point.
Exactly.
Step 12. States must run a competitive sub-granting process.
Oh my fucking God. At step 12, after all this has been done.
Yeah, none of that could have happened along the way here. We have now lost 17 more applicants. So now 30 of 56 have completed step 12. Step 13, states must submit a final proposal.
This isn't real. This isn't real.
Yeah.
This isn't real.
Yeah.
No. This isn't real. No.
This is the regulatory process.
No.
That Democrats put you through.
No.
Ian,
how many proposals do you need?
It's things like this that the everyday voter doesn't understand that's going on, what they're voting for.
Vito, we just heard about like literally 4 or 5 different proposals.
This is why nothing gets done, Ian. This is why we have bridges collapsing. This is why we have roads that get repaired 4 different times in the same fucking spot.
If I hear the word proposal one more time in this last 3 minutes, if I hear the word, there better not be another proposal. Because I just heard final proposal. Yeah. There better not be another proposal. There better not be another proposal.
This is why Trump is cutting most of the red tape.
There better not be the word proposal. Better not.
Trump's cutting red tape so things can actually get done. That's why he's trying to get things moving.
I can understand cutting the reds. I get it. Sometimes
yes, you do need certain regulations, of course. But do you need a regulation regulating the regulation regulated? Do you know what I mean?
Man,
Do you need to regulate the regulations regulated?
I see what you're saying. If the word proposal is said one more time in this video,
he's gonna walk out of the video.
I'm done.
Step 13. States must submit a final proposal.
Okay, it was after this one. If there's another proposal.
Now that goes to 3 of 56. So we've gone in the last couple steps from 56 had gone to this point to 3 of 56. Step 14. The NTIA must review and approve the state's final proposal. And that
What do you need this many proposals for? Write one damn proposal. Go over the proposal. I can understand that being the rough draft. After that, you have this final proposal done.
Now we got to review and adjust the final proposal to make the final proposal.
When you're in school, guys, you have a first draft. You keep working on the first draft throughout the semester. You have your final draft.
No. You have a rough draft. Then the first draft.
What are we doing? What are we doing right now?
You forgot about the rough draft before the first draft.
You're freaking...
The NTIA must review and approve the state's final proposal. And that is 3 of the 56 jurisdictions and states are there. In summary, states are nearly at the finish line. And it says to stop their progress now, or worse, to make them go backwards, would be a stick in the spokes of the most promising broadband deployment plans we have ever seen. End scene.
I'm speechless, Ezra. Honestly, it's far worse than I could have imagined. But the fact that they amputated their own legs on this is what's so stunning.
You know, the fact that he was shocked by that is just crazy to me. It's just crazy. Like I said earlier, that was the perfect ad for Doge. The perfect ad for Doge, and also just electing Republicans over Democrats. That is ridiculous. $42 billion basically wasted. I guarantee you at least $15 billion of that was spent getting through all of these different hoops. And people wonder where all of our tax dollars go, right? Yeah. When Democrats are in
crazy.
Office. It goes to the bureaucracy, paying government employees for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Years just going through these different hoops.
That's insane.
Years. And I was reading through the comment section here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, the $42 billion should have been a tax credit for every rural resident to buy a Starlink receiver. All of rural America would have had high-speed internet within a few months for less than $42 billion. Yeah, bro. I don't even know who that person is. Perfect solution right there. But of course, that's.
But see, this is why I hate politics, because it's always some bullshit.
It's always about the bureaucracy, bro.
That's why I get mad.
Well, that's why we need less bureaucracy and more about
this is why I can't watch the news. This is why I don't tune into it. Because it's like a hamster on a wheel, man. It just goes and goes. There's no stop. We argue about the same crap every month. Okay?
But people keep voting for the same people, putting them in there. Look at our state. We keep arguing about the same shit, but we keep putting the same people back in there. Why do we keep trying to slam this square peg into the round hole?
Me and Vito, guys, is like we agree on some things we don't. But one thing Mitch McConnell had to go. Yep. Lindsey Graham gotta go.
Chuck Schumer gotta go.
Rest in peace. I'm sorry sorry to the family that she passed away. Dianne Feinstein shouldn't have been in office that long.
No.
Okay. You got people in office now who've been there since the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Like, why do you still need to be in there? That's just too long. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be in politics for 60, 70 years.
That's too long. I'm sorry. That's just too long.
You shouldn't be more than a 3-term serving senator. That's 18 years. 3 terms is 18 years.
Dudes in there are men and women since the Vietnam War. Yeah. That's crazy. To me personally, I'm not trying to make it an age thing, but if I was 70 years old, I damn sure would not want to be in politics. I'm 70.
I'd want to be spending time with my grandkids.
I'm trying to be at home chilling with the family.
Well, if Trump wasn't there right now, he'd be in prison. They tried to put him in prison. He had to run. He had to keep himself out of prison.
I wouldn't be doing this shit at 70. I'd be at home, chilling, streaming all my shows. I'd still be playing 2K, whatever version of 2K we on.
And you don't want to be doing this at 30.
No, I don't want to be doing this at 30 yet. No. I see why Obama hair went gray. I see why people get stressed out. Nah, man. Call me selfish. If you want me to do a job like this, you need to give me I need more than $150,000 a year. Because this is ridiculous.
The president's $500,000.
I need more than that. Because to deal with this back and forth between parties and crap, all that, no.
It ain't worth the money.
It's not, this ain't worth, this job is not worth the stress. It's not worth it.
Everybody trying to kill you.
I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing that job. I'm not doing that. No. I'd rather be, honestly, and this no disrespect to the people who do it, I'd rather be a garbage man than to do that. I'd rather smell stinky ass garbage all day than to do this.
You get paid well to be a garbage.
You do, and you do get paid well.
Like almost $60 an hour.
Like I would smell nasty trash over doing this job. This is too much. And there's no disrespect to anybody who do the people who do the oil,
make some fucking
the people
good
who do the it's no disrespect to y'all, but at least
oil
you got
make a lot of money too.
Simple thing. You take the garbage, you put it in the garbage truck, you go down the street.
You don't even do that no more. You drive up.
Yeah, you drive up, the machine take it, and you keep it booking.
You smelling good usually now. You in the truck all day.
Like,
you barely getting out of the truck these days.
Man, this is
easy for Democrats. That's too simple.
What was that?
I'm gonna have to look at getting the garbage. Thinking about it, job is legit.
Man,
gotta do it this complicated way where we jump through 1,001 hoops. But honestly, I feel like that's done intentionally.
It is done intentionally.
That's purpose.
Funnel money.
That's on purpose.
Taxpayers' hands into government employees.
Low key, bro. It's kind of embezzlement.
Yeah,
it's like legal embezzlement.
What the hell do you think the government is?
That's like
all taxation is legal theft.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of crazy. Like, you can lobby a politician, but a cop can't. Criminal can't pay off a cop.
Ian, the government's just a legal mafia.
That's correct. That's crazy.
They just have the biggest guns.
Like, you know what's crazy? Like, we don't like drug dealing, but it's the purest form of capitalism.
Yep.
Because there's no receipts. You can change the price anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
You don't and it's all cash. You can just do all cash.
Yep.
That's but it's capitalism. We just don't like what's being sold.
Exactly.
Into wherever else, politicians' hands, politicians'
pockets.
It's money laundering in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
It honestly is. It's legal money laundering.
None at all. That is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So if you needed another reason why to never,
like I've said before, I'm not saying I'm for socialism. I'm not saying I'm for that. All I'm saying is, statistically and numerically speaking, if you took all this money, summed it up, and pumped it out through through every single person in the United States, poverty wouldn't freaking exist.
What are you talking about? It's our money anyway. Why tax us it anyway?
I'm just saying, if you did like a social experiment and all the money that's funneled in and out the country, if you spread that towards everyone in the United States, you probably wouldn't have any poor people.
Yeah, you would.
You think you still would?
Yeah, there's people that blow their money all the time.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying for like a week straight, this is all, of course, hypothetical. It's a dream, a fantasy. It wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if a week straight, if you did that, no one could complain about being broke.
Nobody could, but you would have people complaining and being broke all the time. Because casinos exist.
That's true.
That's the sad part of it.
And those are built just to take your money.
But that's the That's the point, though. But that's still that person's choice.
It's choice. Yeah, it's choice.
Is it a destructive choice? Yeah. But at least they're making their own choice with their money. Right now, it's like the government's going to the casino with our money, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at all the fraud that freaking Elon's finding. How many 120-year-olds are getting Social Security?
There's just so much money being pumped.
And now imagine if that money was actually being used efficiently.
I see what you mean. I
I don't got a problem paying the taxes as long as they're not being wasted. Why are we spending $20 million on a gender-neutral play in Iraq?
I can understand it. I can.
When we got bridges falling down in D.C.
No, yeah, you got a point. You got a point, Vito.
Ever vote for Democrats ever again? There's a reason why right there. I mean, we could talk about the high-speed rail in California. $33 billion. Now it's up to like $130 billion. And they've shortened it and it's still not done. It was supposed to be done 5 years ago.
Yep.
That was supposed to be done years ago. And it ballooned almost $100 billion.
That's crazy.
And just to think, there's some people in this country that still want to elect these same people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts on this, man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff when you really start diving into it all, how terrible Democrat policies truly are. And you truly see why these Democrat cities are garbage and they never get anything done. But anyway, Thanks for tuning in as always. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.
And that's the sad part, is it? 90% of it is terrible Democrat policy.
Man. Wow.
It's just insanely bad policy.
Even when it feels like time is slow during the work week, there's still so much going on.
Yeah. You try to unplug for a minute, and the second you plug back in, it's like a fire hose.
Yeah. And honestly, if you take a day away from it, you fall behind on so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane when it comes flying at
you. You can't just go to work and come home and chill anymore. Damn.
You'd like to?
That's the dream.
It's just not possible these days.
But guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. Y'all know what to do.
Thanks for stopping in and spending some time with us today. Hit that notification bell, give it a share, because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
See y'all on the next one.
Later, y'all.
Later.